Oliva, Spain. So it's very simple to say, oh, move abroad, buy a house, even if you have the money. But what could be potential problems for you if you do that, aside of all the official things, such as fees and finding the right property and dealing with real estate agents? Um, it's a difficult journey, and in here in Oliva, you need to be prepared for that extra work if you want to buy a house in Old Pueblo. I suppose Oliva is not the only place that will have those problems. Anywhere you buy an old house, you will encounter those. So let's have a look inside of that dream property and see what's hiding inside and what could be the issues that you might find under that Spanish roof of yours. So I'm back to Fotocasa today, and I want to show you some pictures that I have found to illustrate the issues that you might find in houses here in town. Number one, stairs. This is something simple but very practical. Imagine a house, you have a kitchen on the ground floor, a living room on the first floor. The only bathroom is located where the bedrooms are, on the second floor, and your third level, or rather fourth level, but third floor, would be a terrace. So if you want to go to a terrace, and have a nice time in the sun, and then suddenly you think, oh, actually I need a drink, and I don't have one, then you need to go all the way downstairs to bring it. Yes, people have kitchens, summer kitchens in the terraces, but you do not always store your drinks there. So, just a hypothetical scenario of going up and down all the time. So if you have mobility issues, or maybe small children, or just don't want to climb the stairs all the time, perhaps it's not for you, or you need to find a house that doesn't have that feature inside. The other thing is dark interiors. Now, many people are put off by that. They think it's a bad thing. They want lots of lights in the living rooms, etc. Now, these houses are built for hot weather. Okay, so most of the time here it's very sunny. It's relentless heat pouring down on your head, and this is part of living here in Valencia. So your living room will be a bit dingy, will be a bit dark, but it will be these several degrees colder than the outside spaces. This is a good thing. In the summer, it's a lifesaver. And I would actually recommend to seek this feature in your townhouse. The other thing is they all have fireplaces. Most of them have fireplaces. So it creates a very cozy atmosphere in the winter, and you can actually have a nice time this way. But to me personally, the living room is my favorite space all year round, and I prefer terrace in the winter or in the spring rather than during the summer, because it gets really hot during the day. Now, the third issue, and this is a big one, is mold. Okay, so these old houses here in Oliva Pueblo, do not have proper foundations. So all the moisture goes into the walls straight from the ground. It creates massive problems. Now, they don't use normal paint here. They use something they call pintura plástica. It's actually a plastic anti-mold paint that you use for facades as well. They use exterior mortar here and everything, just to prevent the formation of that horrible mold in here. You need to be prepared to deal with that. There are ways you can actually minimize it or prevent it completely, but you need to be aware of this, and you need to be able to invest your time and money into solving this issue. Now, the beams. The beams are very common in old houses in Oliva, and beams in themselves are not a problem. Some people like them, some people hate them, so it's up to your personal taste. But if you have wooden beams, historically they were often reinforced with straw, then you might need to think about either exchanging them for new ones if they're very old, or treating them against woodworm. Now, this is important. Woodworm is a huge problem here, so you will have to take that into consideration and deal with that issue too. And the outdated interior. I mean, inevitably, you will have to either live with it or change it. Some of it is quirky, some of it I think is still good. If it's in a good state, it's a really fun retro thing to live with. So it's really up to your personal taste. But a lot of it, due to its age and wear, will have to be replaced. So this is an important part of buying a property here in Oliva, in the old town. You will have to deal with narrow streets, peeling paint around your house, and also lack of parking spaces. Parking spaces are possible to obtain here in Oliva. You can park on the streets, but it's not easy. They are limited, and you will most likely have to walk to your house from a hired garage or a place that you randomly found on the streets somewhere. And then we can move on to electrics. Electrics in many houses need a replacement. So you need to rewire a house. It can cost between 500 to 1,000 euros. Depends what needs doing and how big your house is. The costs may vary, but this is according to my research. So you need to be prepared to deal with electrics as well. By the way, electricity is quite expensive in Spain, and you might need to research your electricity companies to get the best deal. And then finally, we have what I call peculiarities. Now, peculiarities is anything that a house can throw at you. Funny pipes, they might not be waterproof because of something. There are cases of weird constructions or DIY that was done over the years by the previous owners. So be prepared for virtually anything. I personally had a problem with a pipe that was not even a pipe. There was a gap between the pipes, so the water was flowing on the concrete rather than on a pipe. It's hard to explain, but it was literally first time ever I saw something like that. I did not even think it could be possible in a house. But anything can happen in those old houses. Now, why is it even worth buying them? You might think. I'm with you. I think these issues some of them are hard to deal with, but then again, they are not that uncommon. I mean, these are old houses. These are over 100 years old houses. Now imagine over 100 years of relentless heat, rain, gota fria. When it rains here, sort of September, October, November time, it is pounding. It's not a rain, it's hitting against concrete. It's the weather can be not really extreme, but quite severe, and extreme too. I mean, consider flooding last year in Valencia. But generally speaking, it can be severe, and all of this will add to maintenance and maintenance costs, efforts, everything. However, the houses are lovely, they are big, they are close to the sea, close to the mountains, and the views are incredible. The life here is very good, and you can use the house according to the seasons of the year as well. So I hope this will help you make your decision, and you can decide if you're up to a challenge of renovating and living in a house. It can be challenging if you consider the stairs and all of the maintenance that you need to do. However, the rewards are there. So I hope this helps.